Baron Orsick's an awesome guy, man.
He is pretty good. It was. I feel bad because having your character, I knew that I wouldn't be able to, and that I wouldn't attempt to play him in the same way that you do.
Yeah.
But that's also, I knowing your penchant for trying to talk your way out of things and whatnot. I hope that I did a little bit with my plan so that you can at least explore that option if you want to try it. I don't know. I haven't done this much. We'll figure it out. So, came across the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody threw down, and at the end of the battle, Baern looted one of the looked like the stronger of the fire cult, a flame wrath, and found a scroll. On touching the scroll, you entered a trance-like state. Read off the contents of it, and a couple of the party, I believe it was Fulgrim and Cade, saw as you finished reading and sort of came down from the effects of what it were, and then there was an explosion and you were gone.
Gotcha.
So you woke up, there was the room with four pillars, a little bit of interaction there, and you got knocked out again.
Yeah, I
Alright.
punched Edgar.
Punched my guard.
Charmed him.
That's right. Alright, so the first thing you notice when you awaken is nothing.
Is what?
Is nothing. There is a almost surreal silence. It doesn't sound like it doesn't appear that anything near you is making noise.
Okay.
If you had a light source, you'd also be able to see that there's nothing. You are in a small room that, were you to guess, it's not connected to anything.
Okay. Do I have my gear with me?
You do not.
No, so I'm naked.
You have no gear, no clothes.
Oh, lovely. Okay, because I'm super charming and good looking.
We'll see how long that lasts.
Oh, super long. Don't you scar me. If you scar me and ruin my... Oh, man. I mean, my belt is down, or whatever it is that makes me stronger. Where is it?
Your belt of hill giant strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gone.
That hurts. Why don't you take away my stuff permanently? I'll be really...
It's not intended to be permanent. We'll see what you do.
So is there... Oh, sorry, you keep going.
You are bound by your wrists behind your back, and also bound by your ankles. There is a length of rope that you can feel about your neck, and you are standing on your toes on top of a metal surface.
Okay.
As you
Sounds like a shitty situation.
as you wake and look about, there is a not soft, but a female voice that you hear break through the silence from above. I see you finally decided to awaken.
It's not to knock me out again. Very real way.
Looking up through the darkness, you can now see a looks like a 5x5 doorway, just enough for a medium-sized creature to get through. Cast a glowing light down, almost blinding at first. And the female appears to be a very fair looking tiefling.
Hmm. Pleasure to meet you at last. May I inquire as to who I have the honor of being in the presence of?
I suppose you may call me Vanifer.
Hmm. A lovely name.
She gives a curt smirk. We had intended to get one of those blowhard buffoons, but you seem like you'd be much more fun. We've been keeping track of your little group, and you may be quite useful. If
Ladies have that opinion.
What was that?
I said I've been told by many ladies. I gotta do what I can.
Yeah.
I gotta play it up.
I realize I didn't leave you with
full hand here. I guess.
Yeah, I didn't leave you with much of a choice. So, as well, truth be told, not that you have much of a choice in the matter, but we'd like your assistance.
Certainly, I'd be happy to offer my services to a beautiful lady.
You see,
from these ropes and return my gear, I'd be happy to assist you with whatever task you require. You need only ask. Persuasion?
By all means, roll persuasion.
Never mind, natural one. That's a great way to start.
That's a very
almost a month when I come up with a natural one.
It's very unlike Baern, we'll say.
Yeah.
We don't actually, not even we'll say it is very
must have
unlike
farted
Baern.
while I spoke.
There's a glint in her eye as you attempt your smooth talk, and the corner of the room starts to burst into flame. If you'd like to roll a perception, I will give you a little bit of I will give you the description of the room.
My perception is a 25.
So now that there's a light source about, and again, you've been in the darkness, so it takes a little bit to get used to, but you see you are in a 30 by 30 cube. As I said before, it doesn't appear to be connected to anything. It's as if a door was magically opened and you brought in here.
Okay.
The surface appears to be wooden in nature, which will speak to why it is now catching flame. Again, you are bound at the wrists and feet. You are standing on top of, for all intents and purposes, let's go with a bucket, as there's a rope about your neck.
Are you just going to kill me?
Not intentionally.
I guess I'll start re-rolling after
this is my attempt at harsh persuasion.
Oh, thank you for the light, but I think the theatrics are agreed to help you. Again, you need only release me and return my gear.
Yes, but knowing what I've seen of you and your band of merry men, and they do seem to act in accordance to what you desire.
I don't.
We simply can't
Marry properly. If you have been observing us, most of my companions seem quite angry.
Yes, well, in the company of fire, many things seem tame.
Okay. Please go on.
But Benny, you have a certain way about you. You watching your travels through the
I give
monastery.
her that statement.
What's you what? I'm sorry.
I said I give her a statement. A certain way about you. Wink.
Oh. um, there's no response. She just seems to hand wave the entire attempt.
I don't know what I can do. Right.
You
Ma'am, she won't go.
You had a way about you watching your travels through the monastery. You were quite fleet of foot in ways that we haven't been successful.
Well, those earth cultists were quite easy to manipulate, rather slow, if I do say so myself. Nothing a simple confidence couldn't confuse them with.
Yes, well,
I hope he was a rival of yours, because I'd be happy to have helped you out with that.
rival is putting it mildly. But again, you've been successful where we have not. As such, we feel it would be in your best interests if you assist us further.
By all means. You look like a lady that would really enjoy a song. If you could return my instrument, I'd be happy to.
There's only one song I care to hear, and I'm afraid it's not one that you know the tone of. At least, not yet.
Ah, you know.
See, I long to hear the tones of a new beginning, but not just for me, for all.
I see. The world is a shabby ruin of what it could be. I agree. Again, return my gear as you ask, and I will help you bring forth a new beginning. Persuasion?
Feel free.
29?
She gives a pause, staring at you, before shaking her head. No, no.
Damn.
I've seen your performance. I'm afraid we'll need a bit more security than just letting you go about your merry way. See, what we need, or what we'd like you to do, is assist us in bringing back the return of Imix.
Ah, yes, Imix. He's a quite the being. Yes, Imix. I very fond. I agree. We should bring this Imix that can be brought back. Indeed. If you want guarantee of have me start a song about you, I'll have to come back to get the next verse. So again, return my gear. I'll help you bring back this Imix. No problem. Can I make an insight or a knowledge?
Yes.
As I talk out my butt.
I do love the classic, like, trying to write a paper on Imix when you haven't done much of the research on him. Like, just Imix, yes, the Lord of Fire. He's the Fire Lord. Imix is.
He's a fan of fire, and that's his thing. And he likes the flames, because flames are what Imix is about. And am I at 500 words yet?
What was your insight or knowledge that you were going with?
I'd go with insight because that's better for me. 16, if that helps. If that gets me anything.
18?
16.
16. Uh, you you're able to recall that Imix is one of the princes of elements. You recall him being quite evil in nature, and he had the nicknames of the all-consuming fire and the eternal flame.
They use evil in nature.
You believe so, yes.
Adam.
What was that?
He said he's evil in
Yes,
nature.
evil.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, no. All right. I smiled broadly at her. Let's. I'm with you. Got to let me go and give me my gear. I don't want to be a broken record, but I really can't help you with these ropes. Equation again?
Feel free.
22.
She dismisses you more easily this time.
Ah.
The room is starting to catch fire quicker as the flames near the bucket you're standing on.
A little more panicked. I didn't interrupt you or anything, but I'm not a tiefling like yourself. My flesh is quite more flammable. And as much as I want to help you bring about a new beginning and burn everything down, I'd have to help you in that process. So how about letting me go so I don't burn to death?
Yes, I suppose I could let you go, but I have no guarantees that you would actually do that which we ask of you.
I already told you, I'm a scout. I sing songs about great people. You're really one of them. Let me start a song about you, and I will have to return to hear more of your deeds. I can even include Imix if you want, and just make sure he knows that it was you that helped bring back what had happened. But I can't do that without coming back to you to get more lyrics. So you have to let me go now. I start the song now, and I come back later. It's a perfect match. And on my honor as a scout, I will return to write the next part of your song.
She glares in your direction and says, "You have a silver tongue, a quite useful one, but a tricky one nonetheless. And there must be some measures taken to ensure that you don't stray from the path."
Bah!
Give me a perception.
I'm not being tricky. I promise. On my honor. And find you again. Provide further lyrics for your song.
Give me a perception.
Perception is a 21.
Alright, as you argue back and forth with
I'm gonna burn to death.
Vanifer, you notice that that the fire, though hot, isn't spreading the way you think a fire would. It seems to be moving of its own accord.
Are you a product of Imix? I say casually.
I'm sorry, you broke up during that.
I said, is it or is this a product of Imix? I say casually.
You could say that it's a product of Imix, yes. Perhaps best described as one of his children.
Mm, it was great. It was cleansing flame. Eternal. Will consume it all. Excellent. I love it.
The fire creeps ever closer to you.
Bask in its warmth. If it wouldn't disrupt yours and Imix's own plans, I would early sacrifice myself to it now. But in order to help you, I must survive, and you must let me go in order to do so.
Oh, don't worry. You'll survive.
If I'm
From
burnt or horribly scarred, it can only impair my usefulness. Plus, would you really want to damage me? Think. Wink, 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 wink.
she casts
Oh my god.
a sharp-toothed grin in your direction, a smirk. I assure you, you will not be scarred. At least, not on the outside.
Oh boy.
The
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm dead.
the fire reaches the bucket and begins to climb up you. There is an immense pain as you feel it burning, though it doesn't seem to leave any outward marks. So your flesh remains intact.
Can I make a, I don't know, not scream? And just stare, just grill her?
You
I want to mean mug.
you can mean mug the hell out of her, sure. Or you can roll to.
20 not net.
20 not net.
Yeah.
You are able to stifle any outward screams, though there is a pained grunt or two that you put forth more effort to muffle as you stare her down. The living fire continues crawling up and pauses as at a moment. Attached to it seems to be hanging on your neck with its wisps in front of your face as if it's staring you down.
I would like to laugh in its face if I need to make a check. Just tell me. I'm going full bravado here. How about a performance check?
I like it. Go with the performance. Although I would have accepted it based on Tempest's never run away kind of philosophy.
5.
You got a 5?
25.
25. I'm like, all right, this is a performance for the ages, but not the one you want.
I'd like to laugh. It tickles. Now get it off me. I'm tired of the charade.
You successfully do laugh in the face of Venifer and the fire elemental, or the living fire, as it were. And at the end of your statement, your "get it off me," the fire takes the shot and begins to crawl down your throat.
Lovely. I'm assuming I can't do anything. I have no ability. No. Clearly can't spellcast now.
Spellcasting wouldn't work for you. You do find it, as you can imagine, very hard to talk.
Yeah, I figured.
As you feel the overwhelming heat spread throughout the length of your body, you are no longer concerned about the growing heat in the room itself, it seems ineffective to say the least.
Is it possible for me to give
A silent what?
prayer to Tempest, my
Yes,
my
you.
deity?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Tempest above, burn me out. Use your own cleansing flame to ignite my own. Push back this flame of evil. This is not the destiny you brought me into this world. You are a god of war and help my soul war this enemy back. That's all. Yeah, that. Roll for divine intervention.
I absolutely will. I had dialogue planned along that line if it were to go in that direction.
You what?
I if you were to go about it in a different direction, there is another course of dialogue that I had to
You planning it all out.
trying
I'm impressed.
to trying to a different line of persuasion in invoking Tempest kind of thing was something I
Anticipate.
had as a possibility. Your prayer, though heartening and semi-bolstering for you, does not yield the results that you were hoping for.
Can I use an divine inspiration roll and make you roll advantage for me?
If you would like to do such, that is
I've had an inspiration for a while, so yeah, I'm gonna just opt to use it
okay.
there if I can.
All right. Divine inspiration on the Can God Help Me?
No, it's a long shot, but I mean, I keep forgetting to use it anyways. If I'm save me from being Imix cursed or whatever, it'll happen here. If not dead. Come on. Send me an Archon and kill these guys. By the time the rest of the group finds me, no.
um, uh, you pray harder than ever, and there's a
Like, come on, force me to multi-class cleric next.
you start to feel almost an otherly presence, as if someone were starting to work his way in.
Yes, queen. Sorry, go ahead.
Perhaps daring to hope, you believe that Tempest himself may be starting to get directly involved before the fire finishes entering your body and the presence disappears.
The fire presence or the presence, otherworldly presence
The
I was
other
getting?
the otherworldly presence, as the fire finishes entering your body, it seems like the other presence is the call has been
Yeah.
the call has been lost.
Oh.
Give me a wisdom save.
17.
All right, you were able to push aside the early desires of what the fire is telling you to do, which at the moment is just break free of your bonds, destroy everything. Um, you feel it like just a small voice in the back of your head.
Did the fire happen to burn the rope bonds that were holding me?
It did not.
Oh,
Uh, as the fire has entered you, Vanifer says from above, I believe now we can talk about your release.
with a low growl and an attempt at almost intimidation, I glare up. Be free, or I will burn everything. Still, still.
Yes. Uh, as you give your threat of burn everything, give me another wisdom.
Oh, come on, it's all performance. Nat 20.
All right, the your performance is successful as a performance, but the voice in the back of your head is saying, "Yes, exactly, burn everything." Uh,
Lovely. Now I'm insane with another voice yelling at me.
but at least it's not the alcohol.
True. That's the other thing. What am I going to burn everything? Can I breathe fire with my wine now?
Uh, to be seen in the future, I suppose.
I mean, I've got the flaming monk booze if I get my equipment back, so like that, I'll just be able to spit that out on fire.
I suppose I can't outright say no because there is fire in you.
I feel like I'd just burn myself from the inside.
I'd probably
That's
request
all.
some manner of roll. The noose around your neck goes slack as Venifer cuts it with. Give me a perception.
Nat 20.
All right, so you can see clearly that she has a stunning dagger. It looks like it's made of flint itself, and it appears to be uncommonly sharp, even from the small distance that you're at. As it strikes, the rope, sparks cascade off its edge.
I make a note of that. And I internally promise myself that blade will be mine.
And knowing full well how Iron Fang is, do you want that?
With the fire in my head, yes.
Actually, that is a very good point. Yes, you do want that.
I'm trying to embrace the flame while still fighting it. It's helping my performance right now.
Well, you have rolled successfully, so I can't argue against it.
And I don't really know how Iron Fang is. I've only seen him hold it for like a couple days.
That's true. Fair. There appears to be an aura about you momentarily as you are lifted out of the cube you were kept in, slowly bringing you up to where Venifer was. Or where Venifer is, rather.
I growl at her. The remainder of my ropes, you will set free now.
As soon as you are clear from your prison below, the door, if you will, seals, and she drops you unceremoniously on the ground. There are a number of guards in the room with you. Go ahead and give me a perception. I'll give you the.
That's 12.
All right, so you are in. There are pillars rising up from a glassy floor of a circular cave that you are in. It has a smooth, domed ceiling that these pillars support. There are niches carved into the columns where you see flames dancing, illuminating copper tapestries hanging on the walls. Each tapestry bearing the symbol of the fire cult.
Are there other guards here?
There are. There are, by your count, 4 guards that are they look like can you see that?
The middle one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. Are you done describing, or can I act, or...
Um,
I don't know if
I am done describing. One of the guards moves forward and pauses for a moment before cutting the ties at your feet and pulling, helping to pull you up.
Alright. As he does so, I want to glare at him and the others around the room, and I don't know if you want a persuasion and performance. Want to, like, almost visually ignore Vanifer and look to the others. Imix, he's granted me one of his own living flame children within my breast. You will set me free, return my gear, and dispatch that one, for I have been the truly not this fraudster before you. I was once your enemy, but now that Imix has blessed me, I will ban.
This is why I wanted to leave it as open as I could for you, because I love the way you played Baron. I love your performances. Give me.
I'm just trying to roll with whatever I can.
give me a performance check.
Which one?
Performance.
Performance.
I believe that would be your strong suit in this. While you give your performance, also give me a wisdom.
A 23. A wisdom is a 16.
As you go through your performance, you make a mental note that some of what you're saying may not be what you intended.
May not be what?
May not have come out how you intended it to.
Oh. What happened?
Running back through what you just said, the part about striking down Vanifer, you never actually said.
Okay, that was comfortable with, so I'm okay with that.
But there was also special emphasis every time you mentioned that Imix has granted you one of his children.
Yeah.
There was a lingering presence left on it, as if you were drawing the words out.
Okay.
Just special emphasis.
Yeah. Come on, make me the leader of the fire cult.
I'm loosely attempting that.
I take down a cult without violence. Huzzah!
uh, the guard frees your hands, and Vanifer speaks. Your gear you'll find in the corner over there. We've made some changes. You'll notice a couple things are slightly different, improved, I'd say. A couple new additions as well. Take these new toys we've given you to the other shrines. When you see the elemental nodes, stick the orb in them and activate. That is all that we need you to do.
So she gave me orbs and told me to place them in the elemental nodes.
Yes.
Whatever those are.
Yep. You have a small number of orbs that you've been instructed to place in the elemental nodes and activate.
How many?
You have 3 orbs. They are encased in a, or well, it's a case.
Encased in what?
It's a case for the 3 orbs. They're
Right.
Each one is about, the orb itself is about softball sized.
Mm-hmm.
So the case would be, like a display case for a signed ball, kind of thing, inscribed with runes of what you can now read as Ignan.
I can read Ignan now?
Yes.
Yeah, boy.
Wrapping itself
Do I know?
fully around the case. So it's a Ignan rune covered case sealing the fire orb.
Okay. Can I read it? Ignan, that is.
Can you what?
Can I understand the language or just read it?
You're able to read and understand, although this just appears to be like a sealing spell kind of thing containing the energy of the orb.
Okay.
So it's
The
not.
case read. What does the room say?
What was that?
What does the say?
What does the case say?
Yeah.
It's like I said. It's just runes sealing, and it's not
Okay.
so much like a verbal spell of like expecto patronum or anything.
Yeah. Gotcha. All right.
Um,
I would like to glare at Vanifer. I need assurances that I will not be attacked when I return, as this is now my temple.
She gives another one of her toothy smirks. The longer that presence stays within you, the more you'll believe what you just said.
And you will rue that day.
But as such, dismissing your rue of the day, as such, if you return with the job completed and still in our care, you'll find no harm will befall you.
I demand your oath of loyalty at this time.
Upon your return? Or
No,
right now?
Now. You may have been chosen that's what you are here. I have been chosen to be blessed by Imix's children himself. Therefore, am higher in Imix's eyes than you.
Roll perception.
Either I'm digging myself a hole, or a witch. 19.
Uh, as you make your statements and threats towards Vanifer, you can see sparks flickering in her eyes, and you don't believe that you are the only one that's been blessed.
Damn. 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 Damn.
Yes, you have been chosen, and that does put you in a league above others. But it's a fool's errand to believe that you are the only one with such gifts. You'll note the rest of us have grown accepting. It's
You
best.
may have a child of his as well, but I can do what you cannot. Therefore, not only are we equal of blessing, but gospel to him.
We simply serve as two different fronts of the same battle.
Underling.
You called her an underling?
Yeah. Try to provoke this to a fight and see if the guards will help me.
Well, I am looking at her spells right now, and I'm curious how one would go, but
That's FYI.
what was
Just in case I want to be equipped.
So as you put your equipment on, you'll note that Dee and Barther have been augmented.
Yeah.
They are now both, for intents and purposes, flame tongues.
Nice. I like it. I got dual wielding flame tongue rapiers. That's awesome.
D will be an additional D8 fire, and Barther a D6. It's also for the purposes of your continued performance and not announcing your additional presence to the world. There is no verbal command to ignite them. You are able to do so by thinking to the spawn.
Okay. Word there, or just turn the flame on?
Just kind of like
I want the fire.
Yeah, not a specific word, but a thought of.
Well, I know you do a code word, so I want. If there was one, I got it down.
Right, but because it's not a vocal component, I'm not giving a specific code word. Just a communication with the spawn to ignite D and Barther. Which, by the way, I love that you named him D and Barther. I got a kick out of that when I was looking at your character sheet.
Whatever that was, seconds there.
What was that?
I missed the last few seconds there. Whatever you said.
Oh, I was saying I love that you named him D and Barther. I got a kick out of it when I was looking at your character sheet. Like, I opened it and I'm like, yes, he did. Awesome.
Glad you appreciated it.
So you've got the 3 fire orbs. D and Barther have been upgraded, and you know so far that you are able to read Ignan.
Come on, tell me I can flame on. Just overall.
We'll see what we'll see what
I
other
fail a wisdom
abilities you
save, and all of a
get.
sudden I erupt in fire.
um, as you finish equipping yourself, Vanifer turns to you once more. You'll find that your friends are still back at the spire, last we'd checked. A
And send me back.
a slow-moving group they are without you.
GM commentary.
And also her in-game commentary. Part of why they're doing this is because you are expeditious. You were quicker moving through. You were quick moving through the monastery, and they like that. So a slow-moving group without you to guide them. Perhaps you can put a little fire in their steps.
I will sweep through the other colts like a wildfire through a prairie.
Give me a wisdom.
I gotta stop saying comments like that. 18.
All right, you.
I'm gonna keep talking like that. I'm gonna get in trouble. I can tell.
It's to put it how I'm trying to think of it. Your fire comments are absolutely not helping you. It's
it's part of my performance. I feel like I have to while I'm here.
And I absolutely respect that, but you are playing with fire. Literally. So every time you speak of fire, it's kind of rekindling the spawn inside
I picked up on that. Yeah.
Yeah. And you are absolutely fighting for control. So you are able to maintain yourself.
By the end of this, I'm going to worship Imix, and I'll backstab the group when we summon him.
And that's how the campaign ends. So
I'm expected to march my way back there. I don't even know where these hills you have me.
Well, you need not know our location. Just simply know that when you care to return, Imix will guide you. However, we're not as cruel as you seem to think us. We'll not make you walk the distance back to the spire. If you follow the guard, you'll find there will be a portal delivering you. I believe you'll find it close enough.
There. Watch your back. The direction indicated the guard by the portal, whatever it is.
The guards encircle you and guide you to another room where you can see the fiery portal ahead.
Before stepping in, I want to look at each guard, and if there's any guards in the room, loyalty. Any betrayal will result in your deaths, and Imix will. You will strike who I tell you to strike, and when I under my command. I don't know if it's performance or if I get a roll at all, but that's my statement.
I caught half of that. Sorry, it's a little choppy. So
hopefully when I'm on my it will be less choppy. The Chromebook's been choppy in the past. But I said I see, and you when I come back, you will be loyal to me. I will who I tell you to, and you will do as I command, or else Imix will swallow your soul, burn for all eternity, but you will not face the cleansing fire and rebirth of that flame. Not quite what I said, but I'm going to stick with that one now.
Fair enough. You hear it's you lose a little bit in translation as the guard speaks in a tongue that you're not familiar with yet understand at the same time.
Ignan.
It's Ignan. Uh, so you can understand Ignan now, but you're not quick at it.
Okay.
Um, so it's like listening to someone who's fluent in a language when you know it, but you're not conversationally
Yeah, yeah.
speedy. Um, but you believe you get the gist of when you come back, or when and if you come back, we'll see where the loyalty lies.
And the guard that spoke. Those who cross me do not before no, sorry. Those who cross me crap.
Those who cross you,
Those will not see another day and will not be around to see the cleansing, rebirthing flame of it.
he gives a slight salute and a small bow. Says,
There we go.
But, sir, we do all we can for Imix.
Then you will do as I say when I return. And I walk forcefully.
And you what?
Walk towards the portal with a forceful step and stride.
As you step inside, the world swirls about you, and you find yourself in a valley very familiar to where you last left, with the spire a couple miles ahead.
Okay.
And we'll end it there.
Alright. Goes behind me.
Portal closed behind you, yes.
Alright, as soon as the portal closes, I hands on my knees. Take a huge deep breath and sigh. God damn. Whew, what a performance.
It was good.
Done. You stop recording?